Hello YouTube, this is Morgan Airspeed Prime here at my next Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles episode review. This one's going to be for Season 3, Episode 22, The Creeping Doom. And sorry, but this is going to be another short review because there's nothing to say about this episode. It was just not very good. I would probably go as far to say it was a pretty bad episode. It honestly, I found it boring, and I wouldn't say like that's a criticism I use for a lot of things ever, but I really struggled to get through this episode. It was actually pretty boring for me. And that's a problem for this show when it like we know it can do episodes that are really good. For most of the episodes to be similar in quality to this, and those really good episodes are like the outliers. That's a problem with the show that I hope it really fixes going forward. Um, I think they realized that they got an order of way too many episodes compared to what the writing was actually supplying in terms of the plot. But we definitely need way less of these episodes per season, because they even made a joke in this episode that, hey, basically this has happened before. Mikey has put together a random like solution of to like solve some problem with chemicals when no one expected them to. That happened again, basically. Even the unique aspect of this episode that Donnie was losing his memory was not done particularly well. There was a way to do it where it was really interesting and effective, but they just went down the kind of weird road where it's just like, oh no, they're not taking this seriously at all. It's just, no, let's laugh at how the smart guy is suddenly a bit of an idiot. So even that really missed the mark. And then the kind of enemy for the episode, like snakeweed returning with like a mix of like chemicals related to like all these other villains, just not very interesting at all. Like the only thing in any way related to the plot was that Donnie was working on some sort of a solution for the whole brainworms things, but we didn't get any progress really on that. It was nice to see April again. Splinter got some decent screen time in the episode, but this was just an episode for the sake of an episode. This was the definition of basically a filler episode, because this episode adds nothing to the plot of season 3. It is purely just an episode with these characters that really doesn't do anything. And it's the exact problem with filler episodes. Filler episodes can be interesting because you can fill in gaps of stuff that the main plot isn't actually going to get to. Like, you can do these interesting sort of things, but this didn't reveal anything new about any of the characters. It was just, oh, look, we're going to play up this kind of the difference in like Mikey's usually the idiot, but he's forced to kind of have the solution to most of the problems, and Donnie is usually the guy solving this stuff, but he's the idiot in this episode. Even that wasn't particularly like well done. So again, like a short review, but what else is there to say about this episode? Like, I think I'm at the stage where I'm just kind of like, do I just have to accept that this show is always going to be completely back and forth and just not have any consistency? Or are they actually switching things? Like, I know the next season is only going to, I think, have 20 episodes, so straight away that should be good, but 20, like, based on the first 3 seasons, 20 still seems like way too many. Like, I'm almost thinking like 13 episodes or something like that per season is about what the writing quality of this show could work with effectively. Maybe a few more, like to have a couple of episodes like this because they seem to want to do them. But yeah, just I hope the series improves. Like, I know what way is this working? It's no episode next week. No episode this week, I suppose it is. So week off, week off, episode, and then the following week after that, September 27th, we get the 2-part finale. And then that's the end of the season. So they're basically ending this, I think, about 5 days or so before the airing of season 3 will have taken a year. So basically, it will have taken a year to air this whole season. So that's pretty shocking to think about like that. It was October last year when season 3 started, and it's only going to be ending just before October 2015. Pretty crazy to think about that, but yeah, this episode, like, just not a lot to say. In the comments, definitely let me know if, like, I missed something really important in the episode. I don't think I did, but am I overreacting here, or was this just a really bad episode? Like, it wasn't very good in my opinion, and um, I think, like, I know, like, I got a lot of criticism in, like, some of my season 2 reviews and stuff like that for being maybe overly negative, but I've definitely noticed a shift in some of the comments that, like, people are, like, really very much beginning to feel the same way about the show now as kind of I felt back then, that, like, oh yeah, this show kind of is missing the mark, and then every so often it'll have a really good episode. So I definitely want to know your guys' thoughts on the episode. But other than that, that's been the review. There's really nothing else to say about this episode. Hopefully it improves next week. The episode's called the Something Foursome or something like that. So who knows what they do with that. But thanks for watching the review, and bye.